Shalom.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sister.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay. So I just had a quick question. What scriptures can you point me to that talks about marriage? I have often conversations with people who kind of go back and forth with the understanding that I personally believe sex is a form of marriage. So, do you have any references that you can point to that points that out in the Bible? Just marriage in general.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. What's your name again?
Litriana.
Okay. So you believe that the Hebrews in the Old Testament found a woman, had sex with the woman, and that was considered marriage by the Hebrews.
Um, in my opinion, I think even now, like through
No,
you having
no.
sex, that is like
I'm
a
saying no. Let's not talking about now. Let's talk about
mhm,
honoring our forefathers and in the history and
okay,
tradition of marriage. Because even when
okay,
Jacob dealt with Rebekah, that was prearranged when she came off the horse. The families have already agreed that she was going to be her, Jacob's wife.
okay,
Isaac's wife. Isaac's wife. That was already arranged. Even Laban, when Laban gave, tricked Leah, tricked Rachel by putting Leah in the bed, that was after the marriage party or ceremony where the families were in agreement. So there was no just having sex and saying, okay,
okay.
by the way, this is my wife. A matter of fact, that's disrespectful to the parents of that daughter because
Mm,
the man is supposed to ask for the families, ask her hand in marriage to honor the family's name because you're connecting two families as one. It's deeper than just a man having sex with a woman. You're joining families. Back then, if you had sex with a daughter and didn't honor the father, there was a penalty in the law for that. That was rape.
mm,
That was rape in the law.
wow.
You couldn't dishonor the father by just sleeping with her and say, by the way, y'all, here's my wife. When the exchange was what? If I train this woman up who can actually become an asset to this man and build his name and empire, he could just come right up under and just take her from me. That's war. So 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 the so the
See, okay,
so I'm going to give you a scripture real quick, and that's the nonsense that Israelites are teaching out there. They're going into the law. Yeah, God allowed this to happen and God allowed that to happen without breaking down the rules of honor that came with marriage and honoring the family of the woman you're choosing. Let's read it real quick. I'm going to get it for you.
wow.
Here's an example. So, and if that's the case, then what is fornication then? If people can just sleep who they want and be married,
Mm,
then what? That throws what adultery and fornication out of the window altogether. You can't disrespect the
okay,
man's house by just taking his daughter and coming back later saying, yeah, by the way, your daughter is my wife. I just laid with her. In the old time, that would have gotten a man utterly erased off the earth. You dishonored the man's house. A matter of fact, look at this scripture right here. I'm in Deuteronomy 22, right?
okay.
I need you to see this. Now, here's an example that shows some of the stages in marriage that leads to marriage. Deuteronomy 22 and 13. Here's an example. If a man take a wife and go into her and hate her, that means he's consummated with her, but now there's something about her he just doesn't like. 14. And give occasion of speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. That means when she was given to me, there's proof that I have a suspicion that she was with another man before me. 15. Then shall the father of the damsel now and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city of the gate. So, what does this prove? This proves that the father and the mother have proof that when they gave the daughter to the man in the ceremony, that when these two, bride and groom, went to the chambers, that blood was on the sheet to show that it was a righteous exchange. What is this showing?
Okay.
This is showing that there was an arrangement or a marriage where two families agreed as one with the token of virginity as evidence of the exchange. So now,
Okay.
so that means the father approved of them getting together. He went to the father for this girl. Now, the father must defend his daughter's honor. See? See?
Wow.
See, they leave all this out.
Wow. Okay.
Now,
They,
this,
I
now,
mean,
it,
I'm just
listen,
blown away.
listen. Now it goes through. See, but when someone just want to sleep with someone and excuse their behavior, saying that God say you can have more than one woman, they don't want to go through the honorable part of what marriage is and was. Because
Mm.
back in the ancient times, to get a wife was work. Just couldn't just pop up on somebody and rap to them and
Yes.
say, "Would you like to be? I'm an Israelite. Would you like me to be my rib or my wife?" You had to go to the family. It wasn't no you going to rap to a woman and now you introduce her to your woman. What type of nonsense is that? Then it says right here in the 16th verse, and the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto a man to wife, and he hateth her. So the elders had knowledge and confirmed the marriage that no, he didn't take her or have sex with her. The father said, what? I gave my daughter unto this man to wife. If a father doesn't give that girl,
Mm.
if the family doesn't give that girl or that woman to a husband, that's not a marriage.
Okay. Okay.
So there's clear defined
This
rules
is
in the Bible. This is Deuteronomy 22. This is showing you
okay. I find this like,
what I'm saying is,
I'm
sister.
sorry. I was just gonna say, I find it crazy that you brought that up because I do Bible study with some of my friends, and we're on Deuteronomy 22, and we were talking about this. And one of the questions was, how would the father or the man prove that his daughter was a virgin? And you literally just hit it right on the nail. And another question was, what would be some of the curses or the penalties of just having sex with somebody casually and not, doing it the way that it's supposed to be done.
Well, the Bible tells us that if a man takes a woman in the field, that means he dealt with her without the father. There was penalty on that. A matter of fact,
Mm.
a matter of fact, the diary for that. First of all, you've shamed my house. So eventually, they would say, if y'all do, guess what? Your diary is going to be hands over fist. This is going to be something you're going to honor my daughter. And this is where the concept down south that comes with shotgun marriage comes from, where a girl shows up pregnant without honoring the father, and the father goes to the house and say, click, click, it's time for marriage.
Mm.
So there is,
Okay.
that's right. If a woman is taken in a field, all right, if she's taken in a field
Mm.
and someone dealt with her, that's dishonoring that woman's family. That's evil. That's so you can't say sex is marriage. Marriage is an agreement between two families. The family
Okay.
must give that girl away. And the eldest, that's why it says
Mm.
the father went to the eldest. So this was something out in the open when it came to get the elders knew about it and the families knew about it. It was no secret thing where someone's picking up a woman because she do this or do that, and I got a rib or another wife. That's not a wife. That's an accomplice to a crime. Got it?
Okay. Thank you. Yes, you broke it down beautifully.
Okay. You're welcome. All right.
All right.
Unfortunately, brothers and sisters, that concludes our Patreon for this evening. I must go. May the Most High be with you. Stay prayed up, sin not, and have a great Sabbath. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Sabbath lesson. Shalom. Go to historytimes.org to enroll in the Hebrew Bible Academy. I would like to see you all there, especially because I'm not going to be here every week. You're going to need to get in that academy so that we can continue this ride with this truth in Babylon to what? To out of Babylon. Bless you and have a great Sabbath.
You think you can lie to me? See, it's written all over your face. Scientific intricity you created out in space.